Hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. In the last episode, well, we took care of some rather unfortunate circumstances inside the palace with the Kalyana, and also Raoban is no longer of Ul'dah, but he is now a true son of Alamigo once again. Why are these people running on the table, you may ask? Well, because this is a video game, and also potatoes like to feel tall. But we are going to continue with the main story quest by speaking... Shut up, phone. By speaking with Lise. Foxy, great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Oh, Lise. That's terrible. That's terrible. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm's done wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made. And we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never contemplated following his heart. The Council has also decreed that we're to maintain a presence at Rhalgr's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Aww. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now, not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's, Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. Well, that's not good. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. Foxy, there you are. Alphino, Alice, is everything alright? We've received word from Tataru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say, only that we should come to Kugane right away. I had a mind for the two of us to set forth together, but Alice is determined to make it a party of three. Well, that's fine. We haven't been with Alice for a while. As I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands. Worry not, sister. I have quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You will be joining us, I trust. You know it. Huh. I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off, then. Hancock and Tataru await us at the Ruby Bazaar offices. Gee, I wonder if it's about a certain samurai who we thought was dead. Well, let's go find out. No, not you. I want to talk to Lise real quick. Give Tataru a hug from me, alright? Oh, you know I will. I hope all goes well in Kugane. Safe travels. You see, even the writers know that even if you hate Lalafell, you love Tataru. Dizzy Grim, that's a cute name.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Soroban are also involved? My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual. The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
I am not sure what I'd do if I saw Yotsuyu again. No, we'll exercise our restraint. Finding Gosetsu alive and well is far more important.
Thank you. If Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not, but I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garleans' movements, and more besides.
Oh, there went the voice acting budget. The informant awaits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he. One of the finest informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail. I'll give Soraban a hand. If he's providing us a ship, the least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us. A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi. Soraban is so good. What an awesome friend. He may be a giant talking turtle, but, you know, it's what's on the inside that counts. Sanjo Hanamachi would be over in the Rakuza district. That seems to be our big go-to in Kugane for just about everything, particularly during the Hildebrand quests. I guess I'll be back here. Not here yet. Given the Empire's movements, it seems highly probable that Gosetsu and Yotsuyu were indeed in Kugane. Yet I can offer no explanation as to why they should be together. You have had dealings with informants in this city, have you not? Perchance you are already acquainted with this one. I sure hope it's not who I think it is. This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes. It has been a while, my friends. Yes, yes, a long while indeed. Yep. I knew it. Gyodo, any funny business, and you know what will happen, I trust. No. No funny business. Only loyal service and the finest quality information. Of course, such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we're born yesterday. I've half a mind to call lease. No lease, I beg you. No boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for Yotsuyu. High and low, far and wide, come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. And have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gosetsu and Yotsuyu? Alas, see them with my own eyes I did not, but the Imperials are confident, yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But here is something they do not know, a rumor which you will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rogadan samurai appeared on Kugane Dori with a beauteous maiden, and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. 'Twas no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship. Well, that is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker in question? No. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shofuku Shishiten. Shishiten, I guess? Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I'd think he'd lent you money. Ahem! He will help you, I am certain. While you speak with him, I will make contact with my Garlean connections and learn what I can of their progress. A glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure. But is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight? What choice do we have? No other choice but this. And a fine choice it is. Though I am adept at gathering information, it is so much more efficient to share the work. He's right. Given the urgency, we would do well to split up. And so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision. Yes. We will go together, and there will be no boots. Let us be about it, then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air. I believe Alice has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker? Sounds like a great idea. Also, we got the greeting emote now, which seems like something you would get way earlier. Let's try it out. Is it just greet? Yeah, it's just hi, hello. Interesting. Well, is it not strange that we should be compelled to turn to one who betrayed both you and Gosetsu to the Empire? I would say the fates made mock of us, had I not met Hancock. Yeah, well, that's the thing about the East Aldenard Trade Company. They see profit in everything, and they don't really care about your misdeeds. What's that? A green tea set. More furniture that I'll likely never use. Everything in order? Then let us proceed to Kugane Dori and find the master of Shofuku Shichiten. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize to the Japanese. Alright, let's talk to some people. We might have had customers like those you describe. So many people come through, it's difficult to remember. Perhaps you could jog my memory by making a purchase. No? Well, you can't blame a woman for trying. Yeah, whatever. This doesn't seem to be the pawnbroker you seek. How about you? A Rogan samurai and a maiden? Never seen them. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does. Well, not you. Yugiri. I have yet to identify the pawnbroker in question. Have your inquiries proven any more fruitful? Sadly, no. I don't see Alphino anywhere. I'm sure he's fine. Welcome, good madam. Welcome. Will you be buying, or...? Ah, so you have heard tell of the Rogan and Samurai's katana. Small wonder. It is a fine example of its kind. One moment. Dare I hope you found our pawnbroker? Excellent work, Foxy. And that is the katana? There can be no doubt. It is Gosetsu's blade. The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you'll be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. This is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. This blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return, yet it is not a decision I could make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild. I'll pay. I've got like 1.5 million gil. Nay, my friend, grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well. Yugiri, wait. The Scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. But Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly. Yet in matters of coin, would Mistress Ataru not expect to be consulted? Come now, our friend would never have relinquished his blade were the need not great. And are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Tataru will wholeheartedly agree. It's settled then. You have made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you would be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him. A friend of yours, you say? I see. Well then, I suppose there could be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dango. I duly recommended that those served at the Umineko tea house, and thither did they set off. Clamoring for dango? Can these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps, but it avails us not to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. Well, as we the player know, they actually did go for dango. I've never had dango. Unfortunately, I've never had the pleasure of visiting Japan. Because I have no idea what it is, but just looking at it makes me want to eat it. I wonder if there are, like, any Japanese markets near where I live. I wonder if they would sell, like, prepackaged dango. You know, not to get off topic, but there was a Japanese market near where I lived in New Jersey called Mitsuwa. And they sold all kinds of Japanese snacks. It was great. The Gosetsu I knew had little time for tea houses. No wine. Oh. Yes, he couldn't get drunk, so he didn't have time for tea houses. It says the proprietor of the tea house. Let us find out what she knows. is the guy who pines for her is still over here. He hasn't left. But of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down Dango as if her life depended on it while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea. Out of reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gosetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who travels with him, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yotsuyu. Yeah, she didn't really seem like the snacking type. What's... Oh, I thought there was a cutscene loading. While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier and make ready to sail. With any luck, Alice will have already joined Master Soraban and Mistress Tataru there. Yep, let's get going. It's not too far. In fact, it's right here through the hostelry. Oh, look, our friends are all here. While we were arranging the provisions, Soraban told me all about his many business ventures. Honestly, his nose for profits puts mine to shame. Oh, right. Oh my god, you actually do kneel down to hug. Good, we gave Tataru the hug for Lise. Apparently, Gyodo did his duty and then promptly excused himself. Couldn't bear another moment under Alice's withering gaze, I expect. Well, Alice is quite intimidating. I watched Gyodo meet with his Imperial associate, and I have to say I'm impressed. He has sycophancy down to a fine art. Of course he does, he's a catfish. The others all did their part. I am truly blessed to have such dependable comrades. Oh, we love you, Yugiri. You know we do.
Excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alice arrived mere moments ago.
All went well at my end. Gyodo met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. It seemed the troops who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say they picked up Gosetsu's trail. And your information matches ours. We're quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland.
Tataru's gonna be pissed about the sword.
I'm sorry, did I hear that right? You used Scion funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price? Well, we were in some haste, and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here is the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. Thal's beard. You agreed to this? Give me strength. Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. That face. But Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you get back. Promise me. Oh, very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return.
First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. Oh, Tataru. I could tell you're barely holding it together after seeing that sum. And we didn't even get to see it. Oh, looks like we've got a fight on our hands.
Judging by her reaction, Mistress Tataru is none too pleased. I apologize that the katana has caused strife.
Oh no, it's not the katana who did. We're looking at this presently glowing Alphino over here. Mistress Tataru seems in low spirits. Happily, my latest venture may prove just the tonic. Well, that'd be nice. What is the going rate for a priceless weapon, I wonder? And now I know who not to ask. Tataru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist, I am sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when next we see her. Ah, but I digress. We have work to do. Tataru is money-minded, Alphina. You can't blame her. She kind of single-handedly oversees all of the Scion's finances.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
Oh dear.
What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
Do you know who the fuck we are? Oh, they brought a gunship.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy, but with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless...
Unless Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them, while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
Oh, Alphino. Soroban just waves.
Come.
You okay there, Alphino? I did it!
Your defense is lacking.
No time to rest, Master Alphino. Our allies are sorely pressed. Oh, hello, Magitech armor. I'll take care of that thing. Well, look who it is. I won't say no to the help, but I'm not best pleased that we need it. Don't worry, Tensui, we've got your back. It has been a short time since we've had to fight the Empire, hasn't it? They've kind of been on the back foot ever since we liberated both Doma and Alamigo. Up we go, then. You're here for the old man, yes? He's at the top. You'd best hurry.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gosetsu!
I love that Moonstone
Damn it.
carbuncle.
We took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
Oh, you guys, you might as well just set your weapons down. Look, I don't want to kill you all, but... Actually, who am I kidding? Of course I do. Ow. Reinforcements! I need reinforcements! They should still have Magitech armor in reserve. Steel yourselves! Ow, I keep getting stunned. Uh-oh, it's self-detonating. Watch out, he means to blow it up. Well, I mean to blow him up. Damn it, reinforcements. I need more reinforcements. 2 of them. We need a strategy. Foxy, draw the armor this way. Where are you? Here. Okay. I mean, you'd already know my strategy. Hold them in one spot and beat them up until they fall. Oh, you Gary. I'm sorry, I just lured that AoE straight into you. Oh good, that one's gonna blow up now. Oh, here comes a limit break. Come on, we can do it. Ah, it wasn't even close. Stubborn swine, you forced my hand. Deploy the Hexadrone. Have care, we know not what we face. Oh, this thing ain't shit. Don't stand in AoEs, Tansui. Back, all of you. Oh, this is nothing. And down it goes. Mist and Shade, go take form and go forth. Ooh, what's she doing over there? Doing Naruto chakras over there. There are too many. Draw them to me. I shall finish this. Oh, bring him over here, huh? Turn my tank stance on. God damn.
Focus. Release.
Alright, brace yourselves. Stars above, rain destruction upon mine enemies. Nice job, Alphino. And down it goes.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens.
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Tsuyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time.
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the foe. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
I mean, we did kind of save the entire nation. I don't blame him for being pissed, though. Nobody's happy to see Yotsuyu. With you and yours at our side, we have naught to fear. Thank you, my friend. Are you coming with us? Of a fashion. Few suffered more at Yotsuyu's hands than Gosetsu. If this is his wish, then so be it. As Tansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuyu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she will already be waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right. Wow. This is gonna be the most awkward boat ride ever. Maybe I'll just take the sky. Everyone's staring at me. I understand I have the Scions to thank for my katana's safe return. A samurai's blade is his soul, and no words will suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with mine. You should thank Alphino. And here she is, just as anticipated. I'm only surprised she agreed to hold off until the Empire withdrew. Gosetsu lives. All other considerations should pale next to that, and yet... Are we certain she is the real Yotsuyu? She looks the part. Gosetsu! Thank the gods you're safe. It was all I could do to watch the battle from afar.
And it was all I could do to restrain her.
Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Foxy is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her. Greetings? You tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine, but I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you. Not for a moment. These people are strange. Are you sure they're your friends?
I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear.
All right, if you say so.
Right. 'Tis past time we set sail. I, for one, would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, and the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores, near Isari, but out of the village's sight. Oh yeah, we don't want her going through that particular village. That's where we were first introduced to her. In the most terrible of ways. We do well to give Isari a wide berth, for everyone's sake. Yeah. Are we going to that village? They might have Dango. Another time, Tsuyu. Our path takes us in a different direction. Though I only know Yotsuyu by reputation, this woman could scarce seem more different. Let us make haste to the city. Lord Hien must know of this. Here is where we part ways, my friends. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Foxy, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Scion's coffers, and restore the smile to Mistress Tataru's face. Everybody looks at Alphino. Oh, come along. Tataru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Gosetsu's is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it. Which you would know had you bothered to check the price. What? I had no idea. This business venture of Sorabun's, you will give it a fair hearing, I trust.
He has been good to us, after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds. Oh, Alphino, you idiot. You're an idiot. You're a lovable one, but you're still an idiot. Now, this particular quest here, an Auspicious Encounter, we are not going to take it just yet. We will, probably in the next episode or the one after. But this leads to a whole other side quest that I mentioned before, and we're not going to do that just yet. He's absolutely mortified, isn't he? Well, maybe he'll think twice before making his next grand gesture. If he ever missed an opportunity to show me how much more mature and responsible he is, I'd sympathize. I mean, I do to a point, but that doesn't mean I'm about to let him forget this. Of course not. I confess I had never had much cause to consider the state of my personal finances, until now. Confound it. You dug your own grave with this one. Oh, Alphino, you're a lovable idiot, what can I say? We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join me on the outskirts of Namai. Oh no, we have to go through Namai. Alright, Soraban. We'll be back, don't you worry. All is well? Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed. Quietly, if you please. I don't blame you, Giri, for wanting to run ahead. She says it's to scout, but I'm sure she just doesn't want to walk with Yotsuyu.
My Lord Hien, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything.
Oh, Hien is so great. He's not immediately drawing his blade. He trusts his friends to just tell him why he should be okay with this.
The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
Are you a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. she cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Tsuyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
That's just about how I feel. I wouldn't think her the kind to debase herself, considering she was willing to kill herself to get rid of us. Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends that who would journey to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly at that. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards to the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire it, there is a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien, and I have no doubt that your subjects at Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Oh, it's nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. Huh, speak of the devil. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Jifuya is nowhere to be found. Oh? He was here when I arrived. For now, we have taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be better able to coordinate our response. Ha! And here I was thinking I was in charge. But you have the right of it. Go on then. I will mind the house. A good leader recognizes when he's been outthought. Haname? You seek the captain? He passed by a little while ago. I wondered if I should tell someone, as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if aught was the matter, and he told me the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks. Mayhap he meant it in a different way. Elfino. It should come as no surprise, but a number of the soldiers here were unsettled by Yotsuyu's arrival. Thankfully, Lord Hien was able to put their minds at ease. For now. Captain Jifuya? He was headed for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mistress Alice when she came asking earlier. Is something amiss? Don't worry about it for now. There's Alice.
see the trail led you here as well. This man says he saw Jifuya leave.
Aye, the captain went outside some few bells ago, and looking quite unwell, I'm sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightways struck out after him. I hope they'll be alright.
Gosetsu too? Seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on, Foxy. Alphino and I shall hold the fort.
Works for me. Well, I suppose out this door then. Door, it's a cave. Oh.
Ah! By the Kami! Your Lord Heian! Leave me! Leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment. Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her. But I knew she would be popular. And so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath. Then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Well, this questline has gotten rather dark. Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. Well, I mean, there's not exactly peace, but there's a relative peace. If there's gonna be any time for brooding, it'd be now. Lord Heian and Master Alphino look troubled. Something is afoot. Everyone is here. Good. There have been developments that demand our immediate attention. Oh god, what new catastrophe. Jifuya can't be the only one here with a mortal fear of Yotsuyu. She tormented these people. And her mere presence should sow such strife. I thank you for your help in the search.
Gosetsu has told me all that transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuya led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this: the Jifuya I know has ever been a man of courage, and he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doma's soil. Our visitor's objectives remain unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed, and appears bound for Castrum Fluminis. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, Foxy, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Alice and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with the Hakurobe, I believe, and I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and, should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well. We shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Foxy and Yugiri. Well, well. Guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all. To Castrum Fluminis, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. Well, let's head out to Castrum Fluminis then. Fuck it, we'll teleport. Why not, right? Remember how I said that I never play this game in the daytime? Yeah, it seems to be true today as well. I can't win. It's always dark out. Doma is ill-equipped to deal with an aerial offensive. Should the Empire be so minded, the Zayla's flying mounts would be our only hope. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum. You're looking to negotiate? Well...
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Yeah, we've seen ships like these before. We've destroyed plenty of them.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsuyu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Well, needless to say, this whole thing stinks, but maybe there's hope. Peace. After all they've done, never has the word rung more hollow. Yeah, I don't blame you for feeling that way. I say, do I stand in the presence of the fabled Icon Slayer? What an honor! Lord Hien is magnanimous in victory. Given our nation's troubled history, we did not expect such hospitality. Well, the Domans are nothing if not hospitable. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. Well, maybe it's true. Maybe Varys has seen that war with Doma is a losing battle. Maybe he's taken a page out of Gaius's books, that you can't rule what you're forced to completely obliterate. Besides, the only primal you've ever seen here was, oh, what the hell was even his name? Suzaku. No, not Suzaku, that's a different primal. My god, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The one with the red Kojin summoned. Susano, that's it. That's the one. Such scenes of devastation greeted us on our journey here. The bitter wages of war. Yeah, well, it's kinda your people's fault. I have read much about the architecture and geology of Doma. Words do not do it justice. This place is really pretty, for sure. Upon disembarking, we will proceed directly to my home where we may enjoy some privacy.
Lord Hien and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you're ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side. Bah. All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? Why, yes, I do. And notably, you cannot fly in the Doman Enclave. Also, I don't think I've gotten these, No, I have not. Ah, it's these guys. Thanks to Master Alphino and Mistress Alice's assurances, the people are reacting calmly to Imperial presence. So it's to be a peace negotiation. I'm curious to see what the ambassador brings to the discussion table. Yeah, it's a shame he won't be there. The residents took the news of Imperial delegation well enough. It should be business as usual. Good. The last thing we need is a panic. Oh yes, before I do anything else, we'll go ahead and grab the big aetheryte. Oh, there's one other back there, but fuck it. Get that when I can. Lord Hien has requested that Master Alphino and Mistress Alice also be present at the negotiation. Ah, so they will be there. Good. There you are, Foxy. So, first things first. What do you think of the Enclave? I must say I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an aetheryte now, courtesy of the Onishishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light's seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. Already done so. But on to the matter at hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alice will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I'll be there. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kienkan. The guardsman will see you in... I like this person's free company tag. It's literally just, oh no. I wonder if it's supposed to be like, Joseph Joestar? Young Joseph Joestar? Oh no! Or even the old one. Oh no! How do I get to this last Ethernet shard? It's pissing me off. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? You may. The Kienkan. They don't like chairs much in Doma.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Doma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgians' practice of it, his radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Dorma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsuyu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Well, on the surface, that seemed to go quite well. Though I sense things are not all as they seem. The fact that there are two opposing factions at work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asahi and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? Indeed. That the Empire should send Yotsuyu's stepbrother of all people. I wonder how he feels, a son of Doma returning home to speak for the oppressors his countrymen drove out. Whatever Lord Hien's decision should be, I shall abide by it. Yet, I would be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. Yeah. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean or even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining price. Or piece, rather. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed. Though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Foxy, let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Do you ever get tired of poking at him? Someone is still sore from being made to watch that Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alice company. We are safe enough for now. You've more than earned a rest, my friend. Leave the interminable bits to us. Worry not, Foxy. We shall take care of the rest. Go on and keep Alice company. Sure. A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Foxy. Though no weapons are drawn, the negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question. What to do while they prattle on? That's a good question indeed.
Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? Foxy, a moment if you would. Ah, Yugiri. And Asahi, was it? You have some business with Foxy? Business? No, pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh? Is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the woman who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank her for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is soon to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? It would be my pleasure. The more we can learn about this guy, the better. In that case, I would join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangxia. Might we start at the town of Munzen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Very well, if you would follow me. Alright, to the town of Munzen then. How far is that from here? We can't actually reach it from where we are, so fuck it. We'll take... No, you know what? We'll take the damn boat. Motherfucker, it would have been quicker to teleport after all. Fucking diddle a dick and... fuck. I'll admit I was hoping for a more leisurely trip around Yangxia, but if it's a choice between this or listening to my brothers rambling on, well, here I am. Would that something could be done about these mechanical soldiers. Nay, could this truly be Munzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of a warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. His words are genuine, but I can't help but feel there's an ulterior motive. Yeah, we're not gonna fight that thing. That thing can go away. I don't believe for one moment that he came to see the sights of Yangxia. The question, what did he come for? Lord Hien would often come here to gaze at the castle. He was but one of many to take inspiration from its majesty. And look at it now. It is a travesty, a travesty! I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis, the needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you'd follow me, I will ready our boat. Again, he seems pleasant enough, but who knows. Oh dear, we have a fight on our hands, do we? This excursion has proved to be more relaxing than I expected. It has been some time since I last visited Namai, yet Issei often visits the Enclave with young Azami, so we do not want for news from the village. Ready to cast off? Of course.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble. Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
Well, it seems these guys have forgotten how badly we beat the shit out of them last time.
Away with you! It is nothing.
We'll take care of the captain first, because he can cast all the spells. Oh, I ate that. But it wasn't that bad. And we'll spread some love around, why not? Damn, Asahi's a proper samurai, at least job-wise. I grow tired of these games. Where are our reinforcements?
Leave this to me.
All this for 2 children? What do they even want with them? They mean to overwhelm us. See to their reinforcements, quickly. Now, aim for the younglings.
An opening.
Stand in front of them. We'll bear the brunt of it. Well, really, he can't be this bad. He can't be that bad. He's, literally taking hits for these kids. Jesus Christ, Alisa, you're getting your ass kicked. Why are you trying to literally murder children?
My forebears.
Hold your ground. I will try to draw away their reinforcements.
Down goes the captain. And there's the last of them.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
Well, if nothing else, he's a good fighter.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsuyu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of Imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
Not about that. True reform can only come from within.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
It's not impossible. Let's dare to hope. The Red Kojin's presence here does not bode well. We must inform Lord Hien. Quite the swordsman, isn't he? I wonder, did the Empire train him to kill before or after appointing him ambassador? Maybe he's just an enthusiast. Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that, at least few who lived to tell the tale. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord, but what of Namai? You seem so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in Imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. And with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. I suppose that's true. Oh yes, we have to go back to the boat now, which means a long flight. And let's talk to everybody in turn. I trust you will inform Lord Hien of our encounter with the Red Kojin. If we are to deter them from encroaching on Yangxia, our response must be swift and decisive. I understand you served as the ambassador's escort. My thanks. Alize. Did you see the sincerity in his eyes when he spoke with Izami? I feel strange saying this, but what if he truly has come to sue for peace? Like I said, we can dare to hope. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. Indeed. Whatever's going on, it does not bode well. Judging by the sparkle in Alphino's eyes, our discussion was riveting. How sorry I am to have missed it. You don't have to be sarcastic about it. Master Alphino has shared with us his knowledge of the icons, and reminded us of the threat they pose in so doing. It is strangely comforting to know the Empire shares our concern. Your concern, yes. Not exactly your means of dealing with it, though. Feeling refreshed, I trust? We have considered the ramifications of this proposal from every angle, and I believe Lord Hien has reached a decision. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on a tour of Yanxia. I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please tell us how it all unfolded. The Red Kojin? Here? Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yanxia, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? Well, from all we've seen, he may very well be an honorable man. Oh, how I'd love to believe that. An ally within the Empire could change everything. It could give us a real chance at peace. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game. For now, at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aids of our friends the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident that we can keep the Red Kojin from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to keep the Popularis to help the Popularis garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put to right. One which has weighed heavy on my mind. Oh dear, what's going on?
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
You are so good, Hien. He is the best part of this entire expansion. Alright, now to conclude this little meeting with the Popularis. I had no idea Yotsuyu's return weighed so heavily on Lord Hien's mind. I couldn't say if Tsuyu's predicament is the will of the Kami, but Gosetsu certainly seems convinced. It would seem Lord Hien has at last reached a decision. The uncertainty in his eyes has given way to resolve. With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer and see this business through. Of course.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision, then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
Forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should... Calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. A part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that. But alas, it is as you say. Tsuyu, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her. That much was clear to me from a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. Now, if you'll excuse me, my superiors are are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement. Of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yangsha. This will take time, of course. Of course. You may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until your return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young domans from the band of Kojin sellswords. I have not yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there is no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Gosetsu. As before, I leave Yotsuyu to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. If Yotsuyu is to remain in Doma for good, we cannot keep her confined to this manor. The people must be made to see that she is no longer the monster they remember. That will take some doing. But you're not wrong. She can't stay cooped up. Would not be healthy. Lord Hien has made a wise decision. Our superiors will be pleased. If my dear sister's memory does not return, I pray that you will take good care of her. I wondered if the sight of her stepbrother might bring Yotsuyu back to her senses, but mayhap nothing will. Nevertheless, we must continue to watch her until we can be certain her condition is permanent. If only our previous encounters with the Empire had been this cordial. Here's to the future, I suppose. Without the threat of Imperial attack hanging over our heads, we may devote our energies to dealing with the Red Kojin, and then there will be nothing left to impede Doma's restoration. Indeed. Well, at the risk of jinxing it, things are looking up for Doma. The Ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fluminis. Let us be off. But we're gonna follow him the whole way there.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
Oh dear. I'll forget all the nice things I said.
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the... Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne?
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos. Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire. My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance.
Well, apparently not. I killed him. Well, sort of.
I will cherish this moment. Lock it away within my heart. Until the day we meet again.
Well, that was quite threatening. Why the frown? Did he say something to upset you? Are you quite well? You looked as if you were about to faint in the ambassador's arms for a moment there. I thought perhaps now we could be at ease, but your expression suggests otherwise. What troubles you, Foxy?
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Ugidi. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with the monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
You ain't gonna say that again. It makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long only to drop it right before the very end? Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotion simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the woman who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever his explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance and the Garlean prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of the exchange draws near, we will call for you. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yotsuyu's amnesia and Asahi's dubious agenda, I say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. Soon we shall see if Asahi is true to his word. If not, I will be glad to cut out that silver tongue of his. Yeah. If what you saw of the ambassador is an indication of his true nature, this prisoner exchange may not be what it seems. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder if your encounter with the Red Kojin was more than mere happenstance. Yeah, I kinda thought that myself. And maybe he set the whole damn thing up. Just to endear himself to us. Ah, finally back. Since we have naught else to attend to for the moment, perhaps this would be a good opportunity to look into the present state of Garlemald, though I should probably speak with Tataru first. Welcome back, Foxy. We heard the good news about Gosetsu. I knew you'd find him. I don't envy Lord Hien. So much rests on his decision. My, it seems you are all you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're discussing details to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. About that.
I wish to apologize to Taru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Soraban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Foxy should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. Of course it falls to me. Forgive me, Foxy. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayhap Riel and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asahi's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice do we have but to try? Lord Heian had the right of it. Asahi may very well be a monster, but we must play his game, for now. For now. Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
Well, this was all suitably foreboding. Oh dear. Just when you thought we had seen the last of Xenos. Well, nothing for it but to move on to the next adventure, which is going to take place in the next episode. Speaking of the next episode, we are going to move on to a different
little side objective, one that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So, anyway, until the next one, my name is Foxy Games, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Papa!